Hello and welcome to this quick tip video on inclusion and access tips for ministry and education. We've all been there, probably when you least expect it. A child or teen in your ministry throws an item, uses profanity, or starts climbing furniture. How do you respond? You might have a special volume and voice for these moments. Those unexpected and shocking situations can be difficult because you really want to make sure it doesn't happen again. And you also want your ministry to be a safe space without excluding the child or teen who threw the item or used profanity. Here are three strategies for those shocking situations. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. This is the hardest strategy in these situations and the most important. When we respond with frustration or alarm, raising our voice and yelling, the child or teen will only hear our tone and volume, not the words we say. Our message won't matter like it should. Responsive is different than aggressive. You can use a tone that is serious and patient without raising your volume or sounding angry to convey a need for safety and urgency. An example would be, I need you to get down from there because it is unsafe. Then use nonverbal gestures to help the child down. Another example would be to give the child options on how to engage in an activity like while modeling what it looks like. Pausing and delivering our message more clearly takes practice, but it works in the short term and builds lasting relationships in the long term. So, what's the why? Consider if there are any unmet needs or missing skills. If so, one quick way to respond to big behaviors is to identify what might be needed or missing from the child's skill set. Does the child need reassurance, some input to calm their energy, or do they need to work on thinking before they act impulsively? Lastly, focus on the outcome. Instead of cuss words or items thrown, what do you want to happen instead? We identified a need or a missing skill, and now we need to teach that replacement for the big behavior. If a child needs reassurance, think of a way for the child to get that reassurance and encourage them to do that. If a child is needing to get energy out, think of an activity that would provide some energy release while you are in your ministry. If a child is still working on the skill of controlling impulses, consider a game where impulse control is the goal, like red light, green light, or model and narrate for the child what it looks like and sounds like to keep their body and themselves focused. That wraps up our video on responding to big behaviors. Follow us on Instagram or catch us on the website for more tips, strategies, and resources.